has come, we will stand together stronger than we've ever done. Like the sun, we will rise at dawn and never stop until we've won. The time has come, we will rise like the sun, I will never run. We will fight till we won. We will bite, we will smite all through the night. We never sleep, never rest. Put the faith to the test, the self-obsessed, self-confessed, self-professed divinity, nobility. Your God is a fraud, so stop. We're done with the violence and the fury and the cruelty. I said we're done. We will win the war, we'll win the fight, the end's inside. All you see in us is barbarian. All we want is to be equalitarian. We will rock, we will never stop. Standing at the top of the hilltop, we will mock. Viciously, capriciously, we're tired of assault and the bigotry. You seem so full of wit and chivalry, but when we'll knock at your door, you'll break. I said we're done. We have fire in our veins and we will break these chains. I said we're done. We won't be ripped apart. You will be burned and battle scarred. We're tired of assault and bigotry. We'll stand and mock you viciously. Through music we captivate. Through songs and words we propagate. We'll mock and smear and slander. Infiltration, propaganda. After years this finding resolution. It's time to start the revolution. I said we're done.
Hey everyone.
Hi.
Hello. Oh my god.
Hello.
Okay, sorry, I could hear it both sides. Yes. Hi. Hello, everyone. So, as you can probably see, there's a theme. I don't know what Doran's done. No, I'm joking. There's a theme. And we, as Fumble folks, I know a lot of companies generally don't affiliate themselves with political kind of things, but this is a very important to us individually as well. So we stand in support of Ukraine and its people during this conflict, this highly illegal conflict. We in the chat tonight, a link will pop up, and it will be a link to the British Red Cross. And if anybody would like to donate to them, that it's there. Yes. Does anyone else have anything to say? Yes.
Could I say just a
Doran.
shout out to the fucking leader of Ukraine? Because like 3 or 4 years ago, I can't remember, but everyone was making fun of him a couple of years ago because he played the president of Ukraine on TV and then actually ran for president and won, and now he's really fucking stepped up and he's super cool. Way more than most of the world leaders.
Yeah,
Oh,
he is one of the most
and any other leaders
inspirational
that-
people that I have ever heard of, ever seen. Yeah.
Mad props. He's very cool.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass you over to our DM. Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah. Again, all support to Ukraine. Please do consider donating. But tonight we are back with our regular stream for the Fumble folks. We are here with the Rapid Riders. I am your DM, Sam, and let's meet our Rapid Riders once again. Bree.
Hi. Yes. Again. I am Bree, and I'm playing Diana, the Bard of Eloquence and Wizard. Blade Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. We have Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm playing Zeke Boomdiggles, the half gnome, half gnome, half dwarf, half monk, half warlock. recovering alcoholic, but generally a pain in everyone's ass.
He's put some feet wrong.
Many times.
Yeah, happens.
Someone's got to.
Someone's got to, exactly. Doran.
Hi, I'm Doran. I'm playing a lovable half-giant Halite, 8 foot tall, muscle-bound, not up here, but in here and here. He is a fighter, rune knight, a barbarian, zealot. Yeah,
Any more? Like
he's very dumb. Oh yes, there will be.
There will be.
There will be.
Oh
Was
no.
it an attempt or a wink? I can't tell through the flag.
I can't. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah,
that's it.
you got it.
Cool.
That's it.
Then we have Phil.
Hello, I'm Phil. I'm playing Dunstan Dewey Fairfoot. He is half fling and half dew elf.
Fling.
And he is the ranger of the party, who recently took a little sidetrack down a roguey avenue because he's gonna go to the least roguey rogue of the scout, hopefully, if he lives that long. Yeah, he is a swarm keeper, and he has a flock of birds that he uses in a very Mary Poppins-esque way to murder his enemies. Just like Mary Poppins does, but none of that's on camera.
No one said Disney princess, so.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when Mary Poppins murdered people with birds, but you know.
It's not on
Are
camera.
Hey, what do you think she does? Oh no.
Kangaroo
I was
flock,
off
no.
camera. Off camera. Lost Ben
we've
briefly.
lost Ben.
It wasn't
No.
me this time.
No, it's not. It's not
Because
Sam.
the curse has been shifted.
This is me.
I'm sure the
my
curse is
internet.
still with me.
It's clearly
I'm
means
sure
it's
it's
my
still like
internet, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think.
I'm just not going to touch
Definitely.
anything. I'm not going to go onto any other of our Discord channels. I'm not going to do a single thing because anything I do makes this call die.
Should have reset it. I always do before stream. Anyway.
Yeah. Shout out on Discord. I will hang out with all of you some point when I can look at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And last but not least, we have Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm playing Taxes, the human of the group, and was originally the only rogue of the group, but now is the rogue inquisitive of the group.
Ooh.
Yep.
All about the logic, but lately doing stuff that's not quite logical.
Yeah. As the party find themselves in Harding's Rest, having just heard from a herald that has arrived close on their heels from Benalicia to recount their success in stirring up the crowd in Benalicia, reigniting their hope, and the retaliation of Marinate Tevi, the River Reeve, who, commanded the crowd by slaying one of your friends, Horace, who did betray you, but still seemed like they were willing to be on your side. They declared an oath of vengeance, sworn in the name of Osnan, against the Rapid Riders, and you suspect they are close behind this herald, coming up the road towards Harling's Rest. As a plan you made to recuperate, get out of Harling's Rest for now, you spoke about options and decided somebody should go after the missing bard, Vexation, who's likely to north, probably in the tunnels that you encountered some ghosts in, whilst the rest of you make your way to the west to Siege's mine, Siege being a half-dwarf, half-giant kin who took over this mine rather than earn their way out of indentured service. They fought their way. That said, as the wagon rumbles onwards, we need to discuss a minor retcon as two of our party members independently decide to instead travel north to the tunnels to assist Garrick in trying to find Vexation. Zeke, can you briefly describe how you just slip away in the chaos of packing ready to go?
He is
Just
small.
a couple of lines of just
I am small.
you are small. Fair enough. That will do.
I am small.
You decide somebody else needs to be there. You are small. Nobody's looking down, and you make your way.
I've also managed to piss off the entirety of the party over the last couple of days, so
You have, which means you're not maybe wanting a break from particularly those who you have offended the most, and potentially around for people who've known you only as the sort of the drunken monk. So you head north. That said, Diana, how does Diana?
Yeah. So in all the hubbub, if I can just sneak away, I'm gonna. He doesn't realize what's going on most of the time, so I'm gonna put a little letter in like Highlight's back.
Okay.
You could put it in my back pocket. You wouldn't notice.
Well, I'll just put it in there and he won't notice. It's fine.
sellotape it to his chest.
Like a
Staple.
post-it note.
Staple. If an arrow can't pierce his skin, the fucking staple cannot.
You
He's
literally
walking
just hand
bulletin
him.
board.
You literally just hand him the note, and just tell him not to read it until.
Read it in a bit. I'm gonna be
half hour
sat at the
later.
front. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Take this, and you never saw me. Okay. She's
Alright,
opening it.
babe.
Oh my god! What happened?
Ah! Pretty sure he can't read,
Okay.
so I don't know.
I don't know what this is. I can't read.
Give it to taxes or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm
probably.
gonna
Mhm.
sneak that in there. Maybe sellotape to his butt. I don't know. And then going to sneak off into the crowd or just sort of disappear into the crowd. And if I have to disguise self, I will.
I think at this point, with the time that's passed, yes, you would have to re-up a disguise.
Yeah. That's
Same
fine.
sort of basic human TM. Very much
Yeah,
make your way.
it's a bit chubby.
Make
blonde
your
hair.
way. And you see there are people moving in that northward direction. It's easy to follow them on the road and then sort of make your way off to the side. Like you need to just go relieve yourself and then continue into the woods. I'm going to stick with Diana. Are moving through the woods towards where you roughly know those tunnels to be. Make a perception check.
Is it daytime?
It is still the daytime.
Nice. Alright. Cool.
What do your elven eyes see?
15.
15. Let me roll something.
He's gonna get more than a 15.
He's most likely going to get more than a 15.
But it's also
I
down
am
to your
aware
AC
of that
matters
as well. I am aware that I'm probably not gonna see him.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the one that sees me. So.
Yeah. You are traveling for a short period of time. Zeke, can you make me... Are you trying to be stealthy as you move through the forest, or are you just moving?
Oh yeah, can I do that as well? Be stealthy.
Yeah, if you like to be stealthy.
Stealthy. Then
Stealthy,
I'm not playing a guitar, so.
Then just sort of like huffing it through the forest, you're just sort of trying to stick to shadows where you can.
Actually, no,
That
no,
is-
I take that back. I'm not stealthing.
Good to
No,
know.
neither am I, because I'm just going to walk to wherever the tall grass is.
Cool. On a 15,
Go.
after
Yeah.
I would say probably somewhere around 20 minutes of travel, the points that you left town at, because you could just leave straight from town without really being noticed. You hear each other before you see each other, but your eyes sort of meet as you're going, and you see each other well into the forest by now. As you're about to reach sort of like grassland, rolling hills, that sort of thing.
Hi.
What the hell are you doing here?
Probably the same thing you are.
Trying to get away from you. And
Yeah.
the rest. I'm not singling you out. It's you. There's a group thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to be useful and remove myself from being an asshole by leaving and coming back slightly later. Didn't think that the person I pissed off the most would also be here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do us both a favor. I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Okay. I mean, they've already left. We're not coming back. So if you're not gonna talk the whole time, it's gonna be really awkward.
Okay.
You know, I talk a lot. I understand, but usually have to have someone to talk to. So
I will talk back then, but I will make a concerted effort to not be a prick.
well, I suppose this might be seen as a bonding exercise.
Look, just because I'm feeling sappy doesn't mean we gotta try and do that stuff.
No, I know.
Stop that. Wait.
It's a corporate bonding anyway.
Oh, okay, we'll do that. Yeah. So long as you're not gonna do a trust fall, you're a bit bigger than me. Just.
Okay, 1, rude. 2, yeah, fair.
Wrong kind of big. Look, you might as well break your neck by the time that you get down here.
Yeah, it's fair. Okay. Well.
By your orders, Captain.
Well, we're here now. Shit, Halite's gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Left him with the stealthy one, the one that talks to animals.
Yeah, the one that talks to animals and the one that talks to no one. Sorry, Sarah. Taxes just sits there in a corner with a hood on, so yeah.
Just, why am I with these idiots? Why am I with these idiots? Why am I with these idiots?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, I on one hand, we didn't sneak off alone. And but on the other hand, we did sneak off alone. So
yeah.
He gonna be pissed.
I mean, yeah. I'm used to him hitting me though. So I was kind of ready for that.
Yeah.
And I was fully expecting to back and get a year fall from you as well. So that's something that's good for me.
About which bit? Which part?
About sneaking off. About sneaking off and doing things that I like that he shouldn't be doing.
I can't say anything. I'm doing the same thing, so.
Yeah, which is why I'm good.
All right, cool.
I will not be bleeding from my ears from that weird bardicky stuff that you do, and
that is not confirmed. I reserve the right to vicious mockery you. Yeah. All right. So, were you going after Garrick?
I was gonna go to the tunnel, and if they were all loitering around outside trying to figure out how to get through the smoke, I was just gonna walk through the gas because I can.
Fair.
And then off, and then be like, "Hey guys, I did a thing."
Yeah.
Now where?
Yeah.
Didn't much think it beyond that, honestly. Mostly was stop being a shit, go help someone.
That is actually, I'm impressed, because that's actually further ahead than I thought. So, yeah.
Progress.
Yeah. I'm proud of you, Zeke. I know. I'll never say that again.
Insight check.
I don't know.
You think I'm joking?
I don't know which. I know. I don't know which one this is.
If you roll your insight, but I think Bree,
That was a 12.
12. Bree, you definitely, as a eloquence bard, speak well enough that you can let him see whatever he wants to see from that. If you genuinely want him to think that you were proud, if you want him to think that you were saying that sort of tongue in cheek, what does Zeke see on a 12 insight?
Well, I mean, her deception is, quite high.
Astronomical.
So, minimum 19. So, there's mostly true. Mostly genuinely proud.
Okay.
But
So
it's
with
said
that
with
insight,
like, it's said with a twinge of sarcasm because it's Zeke. And if we don't do sarcasm, then we go all gushy, and that's gross. So.
sarcasm makes it believable. It's
Yeah.
belittles
As soon as the sarcasm comes through, you visibly see him go, okay.
Oh, that was real.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So yeah,
Cool.
I'm proud.
You
Please stop. Let me earn that. Please stop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess. I am well aware that we're probably not gonna see Garrick. So how about making a bit of noise?
I was just going to make a beeline for the tunnel.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Because that's where he's going, so...
Yeah. Okay,
he's either going to be there, or we'll get there before him, and then we can go, haha, we left after you, and we're better than you.
We didn't leave that much after him, right? So...
Yeah, I know, but he seems to like competition.
If he's going sneaky, he might be slower. So I think we should just go. I think we should go before he gets to the tunnels. And then we need to catch up with him before that. Did we even tell him about the gas? I think we did.
Yes, you guys did.
Zeke? Did we? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't.
I can't remember if I did.
This was a few weeks ago. I'm fairly sure Highlight told.
Yeah, I think so. Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for subbing.
Thank you for the gift sub, Richard. I really appreciate it.
Anyway.
Gifting
the sub back that I gifted to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Tier 1 sub to ScarLeQuinn as well.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, we definitely did. But, like, I didn't, and neither did Zeke, so we were like...
Yes, that's true. You guys aren't sure that they know...
Yeah.
That there's a potentially deadly make you kill your friend's gas there.
So I'm pretty sure we did, but it was I didn't. I don't know. I think I had things on my mind, so.
I think that was the night that I was being a colossal prick.
An asshole. Yeah.
And then decided to hide in a pillow fort to. Not reveal my face. So. Yeah, that night's a bit hazy.
Yeah, pretty sure I was in a book.
That was night 3 of Noel.
And
profusely sweating because of this.
And I'm pretty sure I was in a book most of the night, so...
Don't
know. Okay, so with that in mind, we should go faster.
We should definitely get there before it, yes.
Yes, and I'm gonna take my guitar and I'm going to strum some stuff.
Anything in particular?
Some upbeat folk. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Yeah.
You rush through the woods playing your guitar. I will say, after about an hour, could you both please make me a dexterity saving throw?
Dickhead. Oh, I should roll again.
Why?
Because it was an 18 and then it hit the mouse thing and then it rolled back to a 4.
Phil.
Oh, it's a
Phil.
9. What?
Can you kindly fuck yourself by giving me your goddamn 12? That's 2 in a row.
Hey, at least it's not a fucking 8. It's fine.
So that's a 12 and a 4.
I got a 9.
9. Okay.
I got plus 5. But I'm not listening or whatever because I'm playing my guitar.
Yeah, as you are playing your guitar loudly, running through the woods, you are both suddenly aware of a flicker of movement to your side as a mass of thick, sticky webbing just launches from the trees around you in a 20-foot cube, and you are suspended almost in the air in this 20-foot cube of webbing.
Oh, no.
And as you are sort of stuck in this space, talking from the branches above you looking down, wielding a short bow aimed directly towards you, you see Garrick with a look of anger on their face, saying, "Something only they would know now."
I was an asshole a couple of nights ago by doing something that I really shouldn't have and traumatizing you about something from your childhood.
I couldn't let you go a second time.
They drop the web, and you guys
Slow
fall to the
fall.
ground.
Slow fall.
Not slow fall. And make sure I don't land on my guitar.
Mostly on the ground, but yes. Fair enough. As they descend the trees, they just pull a dagger from one side and sort of like let it drag downside the bark of the tree as they come down. They pull it out with like a spray of sap and just look towards the two of you. The anger in their face has not fully gone. But they've let you go from the webbing.
So, it's this way! No, I'm not playing my guitar.
Well, and literally with that, I'm going to turn and follow you, just shum, yep.
I'm definitely doing that thing where I'm like, we just walk. We need to, I'm gonna ignore, like,
just walk?
I'm gonna just ignore the anger by walking away.
I'm just gonna look down at the ground and follow.
They follow on. Unbelievable. And they just like scrape the sap from the dagger before resheathing it. Do they know?
Who?
Like taxes, Dewey, Siege. Do they know?
Oh, those. No. No.
You're right. It's his
Surprise!
What did you just say?
They say, "You're right, it's this way," and they say nothing else to you for the rest of your journey there.
Okay. Well, okay.
If you talk to them full silent treatment, they are just nothing. No quips, no bragging, nothing. They just full silent treatment for the rest of the journey there.
Then I will try and get a smile the whole way.
Okay, you try and get a smile the whole way. There's not a check here. I would ask for a roll if it were possible for you to.
Yeah.
Entertain the DM.
Oh no! I don't know.
This is beyond nearly impossible. You cannot get them to.
Yeah.
Suddenly go, "Oh, you jokers! What's that?"
Yeah.
He's just.
You know how.
He's livid.
You know how annoying is it Zaskia is?
Yaskia?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Yaskia and Geralt, yeah.
Yeah. You know how annoying he is to Geralt?
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing.
Okay. The smell of adventure and onions just being done.
I'll just kind of like I will play like a little bit and see his reaction and yeah. Okay.
Don't even tell you to stop, just stone faced.
And then walk up like right next to him and be like nothing.
He does look you in the eye, but he says nothing.
Hey. I gotta look. I'm winning. Yes.
Just gonna drop back 5 feet further.
I'm going to have to correct myself here because he says one phrase that he already said, and he says, "Unbelievable," and he keeps going.
How long does it take, by the way, to get there?
We established roughly like just under half a day. So
Okay.
maybe like 4 hours of journey, which you've accomplished a lot of.
But it's almost night, isn't it?
It's about midday because it was morning when the herald sort of showed up and you guys the crowd all formed. Midday when you guys sort of left, so probably going to say it's like 2 in the afternoon at this point, but certainly by the time you reach the tunnels. But we are going to, unless there's anything else, we're going to cut away from this scene as we go briefly back in time to a cart rolling out of Harling's Rest, surrounded by people with some possessions in their hands, knowing that if not a full war, then a time of martial control and law is coming to Harling's Rest and they need to leave. Yes.
Sam, before we leave the hideout, can Howite make sure he grabs a climbing kit if there's one available?
Yep, I will. I think I said pretty much things in the player's handbook are going to be in the sort of the stores that they had there.
Cool.
Under a certain gold piece limit, they don't have unlimited potions of healing, that kind of thing. But a climber's kit is certainly the kind of thing that the Harrys would have picked up.
Sick. Do I pay for this, or is it just given to me?
No, that's the sort of beauty of this. Sort of, they had a hoard of things that they had raided away, stolen away. You sort of throw that into the pack, or just open the bag with taxes and just chuck that into the bag of holding. I will let you decide. But the horses are placed in the bits and tack. They are at the front of the cart. Siege sits at the front alongside taxes, I believe, wanted to go at the front as well as a human face on the front of this. You guys are in these sort of hidden compartments, if not openly in the wagon. And it's about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes outside of town. Sort of roughly the same time as Zeke and Diana would have met up in the forest. When I think Siege, if no one else, would say, "How many dwarves you seen, Zeke?" "Seen a lot of dwarves in your time." He sort of knocks the back of a wagon. "Zeke, it's just because there's a lot of dwarves here, and I think you should know your kin a bit better."
He's not back here. I thought he was up ahead.
But they were.
And
now Etienne's not here.
I'm an angry dwarf giant king.
Just panic.
Of course it happened. Of course. Always just whatever bug or virus is going on here has such great dramatic timing.
I think
it's not dramatic, it's just prank timing is on.
It must just be the emotion that you admit, just sort of breaks the internet. I don't know.
The internet cannot handle the emotions.
What was the last thing you said? Well, you heard me say.
I heard it on the stream. You said he's not back there. He's going to be up there with you. Siege looks to Taxes, who's up here with them. Probably over the back.
It makes sense that they would be in the back. I'm gonna look around at the other carts and stuff.
Yeah, I would don't even make a perception roll because there's nothing you can roll here to succeed. You do not see Diana or Zeke.
Cool.
But you see lots of other carts. You see lots of people on foot, like I said, with possessions in their hands. Small, slow exodus out of town. You pass some guards them away. It was very easy, with Siege being completely quiet, for you to say, "This is my indent. Look at his indent mark. We are going. We have nothing to hide." They searched for wagon. They weren't looking particularly hard because they had 100 wagons behind you. Couldn't see hidden compartments. But now you are good, 20, 30 minutes out of town, and realize that, at least you realize at this point, Zeke is not in the wagon.
I kind of bang on the same thing he was banging on. Where's Diana? She probably will know where Zeke is. She's been avoiding him like the entire week.
What do you mean, where's Diana? She's back there.
I look.
Yeah, once again, no need to roll a perception check if you don't want to, because in this dark space down here,
I rolled
absolutely no.
literally a 0.
You rolled a 0?
rolled anyway.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
So it's a critical fail. Wouldn't that be like, oh wait, they're over there?
It's a bit cramped in here, and maybe she's behind you, and you just, that's the only place she could be, because she wouldn't just go. So she must be behind you. Dewey is in front of you, and she must be behind you.
You know, it's like
do I watch Halite do the whole dog chasing his tail thing?
No, because you are in panels underneath, so there's not really much room to turn around. So Dewey, you can't really see past Halite so much as you know that she didn't climb in after him. You know that much for sure, because you thought that she was on the front. But Halite, with a critical failure, I'm going to say that you believe. You can't really turn around and see them, but they are behind you, and for some reason they are giving the silent treatment to everybody in this car.
Babe, I know you're mad at me, but this is it's not safe back there.
Okay, it's alright. It's alright. It's okay. But if Zeke isn't on here, do you think he's finding another way to come through? Maybe there was an issue with a guard and he's had to sneak past them or something, and I'm sure they'll follow. I mean,
yeah, he wouldn't leave.
No, we had that whole conversation we had. Like, it's like they wouldn't go off.
At this point, I would say it's appropriate that Halite, you realize there is a note stapled to your nipples.
It's the only something on his body.
That's okay. On your person.
Oh.
Non-canonically stapled to your nipples.
It's attached to Prince Albert.
Yeah, it's threaded through with Prince Albert like a fucking, like a fucking Rolodex.
Can someone add that to the quote page?
Like, Dewey's probably the first one to realise there's like a thing like stapled to his nipple that says Halite on it.
Have you? What is that?
Oh, I just thought it was a leaf.
Sure.
Halite opens it.
Cool. Really, I don't know what Diana wrote. What did Diana write?
This is a Chinese menu, but I'm using it for roleplay.
Sorry,
my darling Halite, egg fried rice.
Oh god. Would you actually read it though, or would you pass it to someone else?
How complicated are the words on it? And is it written in English? Common, sorry, not English.
Yeah, it's in common. They're alright words.
I think he can
eloquent, as it were.
Yeah, he can read it probably. Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna make my point. Okay. Dear Halite, firstly, I know you're probably really angry, and I apologize.
Why would I be angry?
I don't know.
It's that.
It's behind me.
Or maybe not. Anyway, I wanted to tell you in person, but I know you wouldn't. I know you would stop me, and rightly so. He doesn't know that word. We stopped you.
What's this word? I look at Dewey.
Consequently, or
Considering.
Okay, considering.
But let the court know that this is different. This is different because one, I felt that history was repeating itself with Garrick leaving, and I couldn't live with the guilt if he never came back a second time. And two, I need some space from us, from you, from Zeke, from taxes, from everything. I need to stay in town with the people. And also, make sure Garrick's fine. I accepted your apology and I love you. I fell in love with you because you're so selfless and for the way that you treat me. I have never been treated like that before, ever. So I hope that explains things. If it doesn't, just ask Taxes. She'll know everything. See you soon, Diana. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Yeah, babe. Yeah, if you need a break, that's okay. I'm really sorry.
I take it you read that all out loud as well.
No,
Right,
he
okay.
probably got as soon as I get more than a 5-letter word, he's like, you got bits and pieces, and you see his facial expression change every time he's reading and tries to understand it. Yeah, babe. Yeah, if you needed a break, that's okay. Sorry.
Need a break.
Yeah, she said she needs a break. I just
Chinese
look.
menu.
Look. I just give him the letter.
Yeah. The letter reads the same.
Is there at least one bird in this small compartment with
Tiny bird?
There is.
a little
However,
like a little wren.
There is no little wren in here because there is one much bigger,
Oh
angrier
my
bird.
god!
Yes. As you see Scar just staring right between you two, sort of tucked in under the undercoat.
Hi, Scar. I can't move. Is like Diana on the other side? Like, I look at the letter and I'm like, Diana's not on the other side. Okay, all right. Right. Fine. I'll just pass the note back to
staple it back onto his nipples.
Yeah.
Maybe I should ask Taxes. Maybe it's a girl thing. I wouldn't know.
I mean, you're probably gonna hear Taxes bang on the floor, like the compartment. Are they in there? Like,
Taxes, you're a girl, right?
Yes.
Is there a slidey thing?
Yeah, sure. There's a slidey thing.
You just see 2 eyes and covering his entire face. Do you know what this means?
Take it.
Hand it out with your teeth.
You read the letter.
Did I really fuck up?
Do you try and hide it from Siege? Siege doesn't make any attempt to disguise the fact they're trying to read it too, over your shoulder, as they're driving.
Oh, I would hide it if he's trying to read it.
Okay, cool. That's fine. If you try and move it away, they stop. Clearly interested, but not. If you're hiding it, they're not gonna go any further with that.
And I'm gonna say, as I read it, you can't see Tax's expression, but she's fucking pissed. Okay. Cool.
Is it bad?
I mean, it's not good.
This is my fault, isn't it?
It's not your fault, Twilight. I think
No, nobody is all right.
it's a mixture of everyone's
No.
fault. It's not your fault.
I shouldn't have been getting angry. I should control it better.
Yeah, it's okay. We were just scared if you had gone and taken out that anger in the town, that would have been the end of us. Like, as a group, we would have been found, we would have been brought down, they would have been on our case. It would have made things really difficult for us to progress, and that's what we need to do.
But we can't progress without Diana and Zeke, wherever Zeke is, wasn't mentioned.
Well, they'll catch up with us. I'm sure they'll catch up with us. I mean, yes, I suppose part of it is an issue. Yes, but we, follow the game plan that we've got. Let's get to these mines and get all this stuff, and I just don't want to prolong the ride anymore because I already need a wee, and I think there's still a long way to go.
Oh God.
Siege will. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we go to the mines. We do our part and leave them to it. Be back.
Siege will add. I don't think you were wrong to be angry. You just needed. It was just bad timing. And frankly, I'm getting tired of bards bossing me around, so I can quite understand why you're angry.
What if they get hurt and we're not there?
Then they
Zeke,
have made a decision that has harmed us all.
Zeke told me to protect everyone when he was talking to me last night, and now he's not here, and I don't know what to do. Should I go? Should I stay?
No, because we don't know for certain where we'd find them. Going in and out, going back into the town at the moment will be. I'm sorry, buddy. You're the most recognizable of all of us. And I know you're very good when you put that branch in front of you, but I think they'll notice.
Taxes.
Yeah?
Could you help me get better at that? Could you... Listen, don't take this the wrong way, but you're really good at, concealing your emotions and yourself and all that. Could you help me do that? Control it a bit better?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can help you with that. We head to the mines. We'll do it there. Out of sight. We got all the time to practice.
I just can't really trust myself right now.
You should trust yourself more.
Yeah.
That's
Kind
us.
Just leaves.
We've worked together. We've worked together enough, and we're still here. I mean, brought down wyverns. I mean, one of us with her bare hands.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's good. We're gonna meet other people are gonna be coming to the mines. They're gonna be people there anyway.
Yeah, but
we can,
we're all not here.
I know.
Well-
They'll.
What we can do is when we go to the mines, we can train the people there
Yes,
so they're ready.
that's the important bit. There's the same thing that we were telling you about not running out into the town when you were furious. This is a bigger scale thing. We don't just owe it to each other. We owe it to every indent that's in this country. So if we can help them, we can train them. I can teach them how to shoot with a bow. Taxes can teach them to conceal themselves, move stealthily, and do their paperwork. And you can teach them how to swing an axe and rock a sick lick. Yeah. Crow is still staring at me. Just like, because it's a really cramped space, and it's just.
Yeah, and you guys, like, you like we established, you're not the only guys in here. At this point, Splitlick probably just punches your leg and just signals up to you in Feast Camp, which you're getting better and better at by the day. I love you, bud.
But also, because I'm down here, your feet smell terrible.
They try and, like, they don't have to blurt it out, they have to really signal that, so they manage to keep it suppressed. And Brick says, Brick.
Brick says brick.
Oh, God. Have we heard Brick
Highlight.
speak much?
You've not heard Brick speak before, no.
Okay.
Brick.
Highlight.
Brick. Okay.
For the next hour.
I'm gonna pass the letter back through. Just I don't want to touch it anymore.
Cool. You guys continue to travel. You make your way well out of town before diverting further to the right and to the west, going into the mountain ranges on lesser trod paths than the Emperor's Road or the Imperial Road. I can't remember. It's got lots of names, but essentially mean the same thing.
Emperor's Road.
Emperor's Road. And you are able to come out of the secret compartment, and it's a lot less cramped. As you see, you're entering like the foothills, the true sort of wild foothills with the path around you, leading you onward and further into the mountain range of the Virtues of Osnan.
Highlight pokes his head through again.
Yeah.
Oh, which mountain are we headed to?
Siege will point upwards and say, that is Osnan's Mercy, and that smaller peak there is where I have my mine. It's a little further south.
So the medium one?
No, so there are three main peaks.
Yeah.
The Glory, the Wisdom, and the Mercy. And then there are smaller peaks around it. It's a full mountain range. They're much, much smaller around it. So my mine is not actually on the full, one of those biggest mountains. But it's in the range. It's closest to, you know what, buddy? It's essentially, it's Osnan's Mercy is where my mine is.
The boring one.
The smallest one.
The boring one.
Boring one. Well, hopefully no one will go looking there.
Yeah.
Haven't so far.
Would it be okay if I got out and walked?
Sure. I don't think we're going to be seen by anyone out here.
Goes out and walks alongside the cart.
Yeah. Slightly fresher air. There's a chill. Winter has truly begun. And you are walking towards the Virtues of Osnan. As you do so, we shift our scene back over. Don't you love it when we split the party, everybody? When you shift back over. Yep.
One thing, I think, like if Halak gets out, I'll stretch my little legs as well, and I will beckon over a what would be a good, fast, noticeable bird. burb. A crow would probably be a good idea. Not a terrifying one like Scar, but I would get hold of a crow, and I'm going to cast Animal Messenger, which is Doran's just cast Animal Messenger, and here is Whisper. I will cast Animal Messenger, and essentially it's a 24-hour. It's a spell that lasts 24 hours. You can send a message through an animal. So I would basically tell it to travel to and give a description of where the entrance to that to the cave system is, because as it's flying, it should theoretically get there before they do. Basically with descriptors of what Diana looks like, and what Zeke looks like, and give it a short message to deliver to them if it sees them.
When you say the cave system, are you talking about the mines you're approaching, or
where they're going? Because Diana did say that she was going after Garrick.
Yes. So you're sending a message. Oh, right. Okay. So the location is that it's going to arrive at those tunnels.
Basically, to tell them that we're
you're on your way to the mines,
and
you know that they are not there anymore.
We know.
I will say, rather than a snap cut, we follow along the wings of a crow as it crests high over Harling's Rest, essentially in a straight line between the 2 points, as it reaches a forest cliff edge and works its way down into the trees that lie there, as 2 elves and a half gnome, half dwarf make their way to the entrance of these tunnels. Yes.
I would like to have said, I know he's not talking to me, but yeah, as we get closer, I'd be like, so why are you so mad? You have company now. Why are you so mad?
I think by this point he's just, you've played like music constantly at him, and the friend's like, hey, why are you so mad? Why am I so mad?
Yeah.
You're an intelligent woman, Diana. Yeah. Hazard a guess. Why don't you?
Because you don't like the songs that I'm singing? Or you wanted to go alone so you could brood some more? Or maybe it's because we left them. We were supposed to stick to the plan.
That'll probably be the one. That, and you told me to go, so I left. And I thought that's what you wanted. And now you're here.
You left
so I don't
alone.
know. You told me to go.
You were gonna go anyway.
I was going to go, but first of all, you told me to send Brick back, which is fine. But
because I thought you'd actually be safer without him.
He's actually, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. Look, it's safer hiding myself alone, and that's not a dig on you at all. It's just the fact that we spent so long telling Halite that we needed to stick to a plan.
I know.
And believe it or not, that man has won me over. He is brave, and he has gone through so much, and I know we all have. And now I've lied to him. Because I've not come alone.
You haven't lied to him. You've come alone. Me a liar. We just caught up to you.
And he's going to know that.
I left him a note. Look,
V's for tunnels.
Yeah, those are the tunnels.
Say what you're going to say.
No, it's fine. You walk in there.
I don't want to. I want to hear what you have to say.
It was not important.
Okay.
You went, and then I got this anxiety. And then it was like the last time that happened, and I couldn't let that happen again, so I came. Zeke also came, but separately. It sounds even worse. I came alone. That's even worse. But history was repeating itself, and I didn't want that to happen again.
I don't want that either. I care about you very much, and you know that. And I've had to have that decision before, where it was staying behind to make sure I didn't lose you, or trying to free us from this empire. And I chose then what I chose now. And I hate myself for it, but I can't pretend that I wouldn't choose it again. For whatever it was, I still love you in that, but I can't pretend that I wouldn't choose rebellion first, that I wouldn't choose to end this first. That's what we both chose.
Yeah, I know, I get it. Same. But you weren't there, were you? I don't know, you went, and I didn't. I assumed you were dead for like decades. And like, you don't have to go through that. And I was in a different city, and I was alone, and everyone was being rounded up and made into indents, and
I wrote you a letter. I wrote you a letter.
It was a while. Was it a while?
Yeah. It was.
I imagine it was like a couple of decades.
Not maybe a decade and a half, but yeah.
It was a long time to assume that you died.
Fine. You want to tell us the truth?
Yeah.
This ring? He puts the ring in his ear. I didn't get that a few months before I wrote you. I went. You know where I went? Fuck it. Harling's dead. I went to the ruins of the Order of the Winding Path. I went to try and see if there's anything left there, because Harling asked me to. You know what I found? Rubble, ruin, occasional scrap of something useful, a cool dagger, which your friend now has. And on my way back to try and make sense of it all, I learned we'd already lost the Second War. So I started just Back to old habits, stealing, got caught, got a cut in my ear. I was out cutting wood. Some bastard. Until I finally told him how much I love the Emperor. And how much I appreciate his mercy. I know I haven't told you everything before, and that's on me. But I don't have any other reason other than the fact that I was made an indent, and I tried to reach out, and I assumed that you had gone on with your life. And I thought, you know what? I can't fault you for that. And I still don't.
I have now. But when I left Howling's Rest, I saw pretty much everybody that I knew die. And then a handful of us got out. And I hadn't seen you for a while anyway, and the guilt that I held on to, and the I don't know. I just thought that you were dead, and it was a very dark time. Is what I'm saying is, I didn't want that to be the last time I saw you again. That makes any sense?
Does.
Yeah. Too much guilt a second time. And we may have moved on, and that's totally fine. But that, it stayed with me.
I believe you, and I accept this. But I need you to accept something as well.
What?
What you couldn't bear me doing to you, you've just done to Halite. And it's not perfect. I know.
It's not exactly the same. Like, it's not exactly the same. I left him a letter that he could mostly read. So, no, I know, I was going to stay in town. So that, along with, like I just said, that, you know, I decided to come and then go back to town and stay there instead of going to the mines with the rest. I love him, and because he's Halite. You know that, right? You've seen it, and I'm glad that you have. But I saw something in him earlier that I haven't seen before, so I needed my space.
Welcome to mine.
Thank you.
That's a weird looking crow. Above the tunnel. Crow comes down. What does it say, Phil?
It basically sort of flaps and lands in front of them and sort of hops about a little bit. And then what I fucking love about this spell is it doesn't It doesn't like project a bird-like voice. No. It's literally the voice of the person speaking to this crow. So it's like and then just Dewey's voice goes, "Hi, it's me. Look, we know. Not angry." The crow turns its head to one side, disappointed.
That's the worst.
We're at the mines because that was the plan. Come back to us. We're better together.
We're better when we're together.
Was that caught in Dewey's voice?
No, that's the crow.
When that's done, I'm gonna kind of thumb along the chain and just get Scar to, despite how grumpy he is, somewhat boop the head and kind of do that, but he still looks incredibly pissed off when he's doing it.
I think from this distance, it might be difficult to give telepathic commands, but at the very least, the eyes glow blue as you make your psychic connection or telepathic connection. As you're at least aware that Zeke is able to look through Scar and keep tabs.
Can I at least try and make him nod?
Make me a charisma check as you're trying
to
extend beyond the usual bounds of a pact magic.
Soft 20.
Yeah, I would say there's enough of a connection even at this distance, just like a soft nod towards Dewey with the glowing eyes of Scar.
And then I just let the eyes drop so it goes back to regular grumpy crow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right.
Can we say something back to this bird?
I believe.
Would we even know?
Don't check. Let her talk to the crow.
Does it?
Don't read the thing. Just let her give a message back.
The crow is perched in front of you.
Hello, Dewey. Bird. Is this thing on? No. Thank you for your concern. Kind of look around at like Zeke and Garrick, like this is really dumb.
Garrick's gonna make a check.
I'm purposefully not making a check because this is fun.
This is a Bard Druid Ranger spell, so he's going to make him.
Oh, I should know that then! Oh no.
Garrick continues to nod towards you enthusiastically.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
Not a trace of doubt in their mind.
Oh, yeah. Sorry we disappointed you. I'm pretty sure I'm getting to the end of my words. We'll be back soon. Very sorry. Squawk.
And it just thinks it senses a worm, so it taps on the ground a bit, and then it flies off.
Yeah.
It definitely worked, right? Definitely worked. 100%. 100%.
You're the magic lady.
Yeah.
If you say it worked, it worked.
It worked, didn't it, Garrick? Yeah.
Garrick, look.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, as far as I know.
It's like message and sending.
Usually with these things you can send one back.
Exactly, yeah.
All of my spells do that. So.
Exactly, same, so.
Yeah.
We nailed that.
It's a one-way message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had a lovely chat to the crow.
I rolled anyway, and I got a 1. That was fitting.
That's exactly what Garrick got as well.
Nice. A bunch of dullards
two-
just be like, yeah.
Two wizards, wizard, bard, and arcane trickster, just like, yes, this is how magic works.
Yeah. Yeah. We are
Surely
so
nature
clever.
magic is the same thing.
Exactly. Like, why would you send one way? I don't know. Anyway, that's great.
There is the door of the tunnel is in front
Yeah.
of you still.
Boss, you want me to go turn off the gas?
I forgot.
Yes.
Did we tell you about the gas?
Highlight told me about it. Yes.
Ah, he's so smart.
As a side point, Zeke was as far physically back as he could be while keeping an eye on you both, being able to see where you are, just like the entire time that conversation was happening. Just nope, don't want to be involved. Don't want to be here. So I have no idea what that conversation was about.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall I
go in? Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Is there a code phrase that I need to have for that she
Oh
doesn't
yeah, you weren't here,
stab
were
me
you?
or
So
shoot me or not so much them. I'm on its vexation. Well, she stabbed me.
Did you establish a code phrase?
I'm asking you, did you establish a code phrase?
I don't believe you guys established a code phrase.
no, it was.
I was asking Garrick as if.
Oh,
is
Garrick.
Is there a panic word that should be an ally that is approaching?
Garrick thinks about it, goes to the door and taps with that same rhythmic cadence that you have heard tapped on the door of the warehouse of the Harriers' hideout.
Cool.
Okay. Onigashimasu. Just open up the door.
Okay. You see Vexation is standing right behind it and is looking up towards the three of you. And hello there. Lovely to see you again.
Just gonna step in front very gently.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand in front of Garrick. Just like move a little.
Hi.
Mirror image.
If you go to cast a spell, she's going to go to cast a spell as well. Let's make this an initiative roll.
No, you rolled a 1. I'm not listening to you anymore. Right, you.
I'm gonna roll as well.
Did you get a 20? Did you get a 20?
I did get a nat 20.
Oh no! I actually rolled above an 8.
Can anybody beat a 25?
Oh yeah. I physically can't get that. I had a 19.
No. Can you, and Garrick's going to be included as well, make wisdom saving throws? This is against being charmed. I'm not sure if elves in our world have
I said no, because I think it's silly.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It is open for debate.
Fair enough. Just a save being charmed then. Garrick will succeed. Wisdom saving throw, DC is 15.
Ah, that's a no.
Cool. You two suddenly like, oh, Nation, my best friend in the whole wide world. As you see Garrick like, okay, Vex, what are you doing? And as she sees the spell has failed on Garrick, she like with her other hand just sort of like she's holding she's still like strumming. No, she's playing a flute to do this kind of thing. It must be as a bard. But with the other hand, she's holding that in her lips pursed, and just the other hand just holds like a blade, ready like pointing towards him. Gareth's like, Vex, it's us. It's really us. I had the same thing. it is genuinely us. The night you saved me, you. There were 3 guards who had me pinned down. They were about to slit my fucking throat. You turned up and did pretty much this and got them to dance away. And Vex will maintain concentration on the spell. As a bard, you've spoken whilst maintaining concentration, so I'm going to say she can do the same thing.
Yeah, you can.
And she says, "Oh, I know it. This is West Country. Oh, I know it's you. I'm just wondering why there are so many guards for that night, and I'm wondering which one of you sold me the fuck out. So you're gonna just explain that real quick. Diana, Zeke, did either of you sell us the fuck out?"
I have never spoken to a guard unless he has been kicking the shit out of me because I was drunk.
What can we say at the moment? We are
Charms. This
so...
is your friend who is asking you a real question. Charm person.
Hey, you know we wouldn't do that. I didn't do that. You know I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm treating it like the truth of like pure brutal truth.
They're a friendly acquaintance, but yeah, they wouldn't think that you could lie in this moment, so they turn all their attention towards Garrick, who's like, "X, you know, I'm not gonna do it. The scoundrel's not gonna do it, are they? The one sneaking rogue around isn't gonna sell me out."
Yeah, they're a good person. They're our friend.
So I'm just being paranoid, you reckon? Then I'm just being fucking paranoid.
Well, we're all friends here. Let's go and get some tea. I think we should do that.
Ooh, tea.
Tea. Garrick. Everybody's friends. I don't know how the spell works.
Make a persuasion check. And Garrick's going to
use because I'm also.
Yeah, you can use the help action here. Garrick's going to do the same thing without the help action. But the two of you, yeah, you have advantage. Garrick does not, because they are not charmed, so aren't compelled to like be trying to help. If that makes sense.
19.
19. Between the two of you. Between the two of you. Wait, you got a 2 on advantage?
I got a 5 on advantage. Yeah.
Put the dice in a fucking jailbreak. Put the dice in jail.
I did. I don't have any left. Go to the holding cell. Hey, you guys can come out for a minute. You guys, there's no room. 1 in, 1 out policy. Okay.
You're on parole.
Oh no.
Oh no. 19.
But you are an eloquence bard and really cannot ever do too badly. You know the right things to say. Even if you struggle to put the same emphasis behind them sometimes. Garrick seems to get more to the heart of what was bugging her, and she slowly lowers her weapon, and she says, "I'm going to release you from the charm now, but don't just go stabbing me."
I don't have a blade.
Yeah, you don't go casting spells or punching me. Because I have a real reason to have done this. You understand that?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
We're all friends here.
I feel like you're going to punch me. You know what? I probably deserve it, but just not the face. And you're probably going to tune me out because when I don't have you charmed, you just shout at me. So if you could just... You're going to do it anyway, but just... Charm effect stops on both of you.
Please, never do that again. I have enough voices in my head.
I didn't know, first of all, that you were who you were. And second, there shouldn't have been any fucking guards on that leaflet run. And there were, and I panicked. So, who knew about it? So who knew about it?
You know what? We will find out together. And I don't blame you for doing it. It was just uncomfortable to have that spell thrown back in my face. It's fine.
I'm sorry. It's my.
It's fine.
It's my. It's what I do.
Yeah.
I can't throw fire. I can't throw ice.
Neither can I.
I just.
Same. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm.
What's going on? Why are you all here? I'd expected somebody to come up for me, but to be honest, I thought it was going to be a dagger in the back. So the fact that it's all of you, 3 of you, is probably a better sight.
We were successful.
Good. That's good.
Very successful.
I wasn't.
Tebby has taken a oath of vengeance on us, and promised to basically burn down the country to find us.
So
by the end of winter, or she will literally take her own life.
Like the building blocks. Yeah.
Just wait it out.
Puzzle pieces are forming in her head. It's like, okay. Well, the tunnel's not that big. And Gary says, yeah, my plan was to find somewhere we could just hide ourselves, just a natural cave. I know a few. Further away from where they know the wyverns are. Oh, they read the leaflets about the wyverns. They're going to know that it's this way they need to head.
That's why there was 3. There's a very long story. It took 4 hours of talking about it just then, so it's a it's a long story.
Okay.
Are we heading?
We gonna grab her by the arm gently and be like, I appreciate that we are all very sensitive and you are very tired, but please, for the love of God, can we get away from the fort?
Okay.
Right, let's do that. I am
into the forest.
I am literally exhausted, so you're gonna have to just drag me some other way.
I literally turn around
on a scale
and
of
offer
1 to 10, how exhausted are we talking about?
On a scale of 1 to 6.
1 to 6 is what I meant. On a scale of 1 to 6.
So it's been 3 nights. She maybe slept the first night, so she's probably on a 2 out of 6.
2 gone, not 2.
She has 2 levels of exhaustion.
Right. Okay. So she's at a full. Oh god. Oh my god.
She can. Ability checks are a disadvantage, and she has half a movement speed.
Okay.
No, that can't be right.
That is right.
Speed halved.
Yeah, speed halved. Yeah.
She's a halfling, right?
She is. So she's currently 12.5 feet walking. Is her movement speed?
No. So I'm just going to turn around and just go. I mean, up.
Up?
Okay.
Oh.
Backpack. Get on.
Yeah, if you offer, she will let you piggyback her all the way.
And if you put if you put a trench coat in, you'll be able to see adult movies.
Wow.
As 2 elves and a halfling and a half.
Okay, or are we going? Okay, are we going back to town now?
I think we need to. If we work our way through town, I don't know if it's going to be dangerous. If we go up and down through the mountains, if that makes sense, we would go northwest, sort of into the Belmare territory and work our way down from there. It'll be tougher going, but there's no chance that we get captured. I would prefer that.
Alright, okay. How long will that take the extra?
If we start moving now, make safe camps, they're going to get to the mines in 3 days, I believe I said. 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And we would get there probably around day 7.
Alright. Okay.
That's fine, I can carry her that long.
Well, hopefully we won't.
Profusely sweating.
Yeah.
So
I.
she doesn't know
think-
why, but she's profusely sweating.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think. She should sleep.
We're gonna get somewhere safe. I'm gonna set an alarm, and then I'll get some sleep.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Do you have any way of magically letting him know we're safe?
Yeah, the bird. The bird went. The
That's too
bird.
dewy.
You're right. You're right.
Literally
The
Bird
bird's
went.
gone. Your bird's gone. They know perfectly.
Right? They do.
I 100%.
That's it.
Can bards change their spells at all within levels? I don't think they can.
No.
No, not on level.
No,
On level up, they can change one of them.
No.
Yeah, and I think I could have taken sending. I think,
Yeah.
but I
Vexation doesn't have it either.
I didn't level up enough in Bard. I don't think. I'm not sure because I was going to, but it never came up.
You know that you can see them through the eyes of Scar, see and hear. But for them to know you're actually safe, as long as at least they know if Zeke's alive, if Scar's alive, Zeke is probably still alive.
Yeah. So we're gonna play some goddamn charades here. Gonna go into Spad and just gonna peck a doughy shoulder.
It's like a couple 100-foot.
Yeah, it is.
Telepathic control.
It's complex actions is basically what it says. Like I can ask it to do things. Whether it does what I ask is another thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think Scar would be opposed to pecking him.
No, not at all. I will say at this point, you guys have both traveled to a point where you have made long rests and are camping. You watch as Garrick chooses a cave with a small enough entrance that the elves basically duck and crawl under, and they trace a finger around it and flick a silver piece into the middle, which sort of disperses in the space. You, with your wizard training, if not your bard training, would recognize the alarm spell.
I could have picked it. So.
Yeah, exactly. And you make refuge in this camp for the night. It is natural enough that you can get a fire going, which is necessary on a cold winter's night. You guys sort of traveling up this path is wilderness. A fire out here by travelers is not a problem either. It means people know where you are, but it's a fire where you freeze out here, to be honest. And that's where sort of we are in the long rest as you take the time setting down Vexation, who just sort of slumps onto a bedroll. As you channel your connection with Scar to try get him to peck. I will say we've established earlier very, very minor things like nodding the head and I guess just the compulsion to peck at something. That's fine. More complex things like getting it to lift stuff up, move around, try and bite at things, that's going to be something you need to have at a very close telepathic range to do. But as we are in this long rest, and it is getting past 10 o'clock, we've been going a little while, we will rejoin the Rapid Riders after a short break. And we'll come back to it. The parties are split. They're going to be split for a little while. But everybody is headed to the same... Everybody's heading to the same place. It's just going to take a little bit of extra time. Cool. Right. I think we'll see you 15, 20 minutes and we're gonna go.
Just before we do, I'm just gonna give again the shout that if you wouldn't mind, we are again fully in support of Ukraine, hence the colours scheme this evening. Any support for the British Red Cross would be greatly appreciated. I just wanted to shout that out before we go back to break. Sorry.
Yeah, that's good. Good.
Yeah.
Well, see you in a bit.
In a little bit.
See you in a bit.
Bye, guys.
The time has come, we will stand together stronger than we've ever done. Like the sun, we will rise at dawn and never stop until we've won. The time has come, we will rise like the sun, I will never run. We will fight till we won. We will bite, we will smite all through the night. We never sleep, never rest. Put the faith to the test, the self-obsessed, self-confessed, self-professed divinity, nobility. Your God is a fraud, so stop. We're done with the violence and the fury and the cruelty. I said we're done. We will win the war, we'll win the fight, the end's inside. All you see in us is barbarian. What we want is to be equalitarian. We will rock, we will never stop. Standing at the top of the hilltop, we will mock viciously, capriciously. We're tired of assault and the bigotry. You seem so full of wit and chivalry, but we will not beat your door, you'll break. I said we're done. We have fire in our veins and we will break these chains. I said we're done. We won't be ripped apart, you will be burned and battle scarred. Tired of assault and bigotry, we'll stand and mock you viciously. Through music we captivate, through songs and words we propagate. We'll mock and smear and slander, infiltration, propaganda. After years there's finally resolution. It's time to start the revolution. I said we're done.
Hey
Hello,
everyone!
everybody.
Welcome
Hiya.
back to Rapid Riders.
My camera can't keep up with my hands.
I was just checking if it was right, and it's fine. Everyone just really quiet then.
Yeah.
Just utter silence. Like, what has happened? For a change, Zeke hasn't said anything.
I know. Woo. Okay.
Emotional.
Okay, we're back and it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
It's awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Everything
It
is
is pretty
awesome.
cool.
Everything is good when you're part of a team.
And copy.
Right,
Yes.
guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine. Nobody has copyrighted my atonal voice.
Speaking of everything being awesome when you're part of a team, the Rapid Riders are currently split halfway. Half of them now going into, for potentially the first time in all of their lives, the heartland, the Colovian province of the Colovian Empire, into the virtues of Osman, the vast mountain range that separates Colovia into two almost distinct parts of the country, the north and south. They are heading to the mine of one of the members of the revolution, Siege, a half giantkin, half dwarf, who has taken over a mine here and made it into a fortified position for themselves and for the revolution. At the same time, two of your members have met with contacts from the revolution who fled to the north, one fled to the north because they were about to get caught. The other went after them, and you two independently decided that you needed some time to keep yourself separate from the party. You were having some tensions, you needed to recuperate, and unfortunately both had the same idea and ran into each other. But you have now reunited with your companions and are going to wrap around north and west to meet the party at the same mines. You're going to struggle a little bit because you don't have a guide who knows where they are exactly, but Garrick knows roughly where they are, having spent some time in the siege. It's going to be about 4 days of travel with regards to the first party that I mentioned, and then 7 days for the others who have to sort of wrap up and around through the wilderness. We are going to narrate, first of all, that first party with their 4 days of travel and any scenes they would like to happen in that time on the path there. Does anybody have anything that they would like to happen in that time? And feel free to chip in if you think of things in the meantime.
So every night that we stop the carts, I think Highlight is going to go to Texas and being like, so, could we start now? Could we?
Yeah.
I need something to distract myself.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, sure. So what do you want to learn exactly? Like sneaking?
I mean, not necessarily sneaking, just to be more like you, you know? Just to be better, I guess. To be more helpful.
Don't do that. I mean, you're pretty helpful, Highlight.
Yeah. I don't know, I just feel like when you and Diana go off on your separate adventures because, you know, I'm too big or too noticeable, there's not really anything I can do while you guys are in there, and I don't know, I feel kind of useless sometimes.
Not useless, okay?
Why you do this?
Why'd you do this? Honestly, it's like the first proper talk with Taxes and Highlight, and you're breaking my heart.
Make Sarah cry, I love it! Yes!
And also, it'll help you versus Garrick.
What? Right.
Back in Taxes is back in the room.
Right.
Bet.
I mean, if you don't feel like you're useful because you can't be there, we can try and teach you consider yourself more so you can blend in. I mean, I don't know how we're going to do it because you are big, but I'm up for the challenge.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Maybe just to be a bit more loose, dexterous, maybe? I don't know.
That's
maybe instead of, because I feel like at this point we have enough sneaky people.
That's the biggest word that Hal has ever said.
Dexterous. Because I feel like, you know, they snuck away from you, even, which is honestly very impressive. So
to be more dexterous, literally. If you want to be more dexterous, I got an idea. And Praxis go over and start picking up, like, dragging stones over.
Uh-oh.
And make, like, you like you got, like, the big poles and they jump from one pole to the other. Make, like, a really small version of that on stones. So you've got to jump on, like, the rocks and stuff over to try and build up the dex.
Alright. How tries to do that?
Yeah, make me an acrobatics check.
I can show you. Well, I'll show you. I mean, I'm not good.
You're going to be helping, I would say.
Yeah.
If that's fair, yeah. So advantage.
That's 15.
15. Pretty good. It's not perfect. There are a couple of wobbles, but the foot doesn't go wrong here or there. Yeah, and I would say over the course of this, and obviously there's more conversation to be had there, and I'm not stopping that. But over the course of this, Taxes shows how to be a little bit more dexterous, a little bit more deft in their movements, how to work on expertise. Splitlick and Taxes both teach you a little bit more of Thieves' Camp, to the point where you're pretty versatile in it now. And if I'm not mistaken, Doran, Halite takes a level in Rogue.
I'm a rogue, baby!
What? What?
I am the biggest rogue around. You can't see me. I've been level 7 for too long.
That's very funny.
We made a joke
Okay.
about it too. We made a joke about it. I was like, oh, it could be. It could be.
I picked up on
Snake.
that. I was like, oh no.
So Halite wants to take expertise in survival, athletics, but he wants to get proficiency in sleight of hand.
Cool. I think you pick up proficiency as part of it. If it says you don't on,
I'm just saying role playing wise.
Yeah. So a lot of the time is spent like athletics, like jumping between them. You start to learn. You rely a bit less on your acrobatics, more than just if I jump right to the end of a course, I technically made it to the end, and that's how you sort of get your expertise in the athletics. And much as your teachers try and say, well, not really what we were going for, you got the answer right, and that's at the end of the day, that's what counts in being a rogue is getting to the end of a course. Sleight of hand is just a sort of pickup of like, okay, you know how you use your tools to fix the thing. This is how we're going to sort of get those dexterity skills into your everyday use, and we're just going to practice. And what was the other expertise again? Athletics.
It's just proficiency. Oh, expertise in survival.
In survival. There's nobody. Well, Dewey's probably one who can teach you best, but it takes Tax's sort of dedication to practice. We learn and we turn that learning into action. That Taxes is so good at as an inquisitive rogue. But that's how you sort of go like. It's not like I suddenly know what these tracks mean. It's like these tracks. I learned this here, and you sort of like mind maps and things like that.
Help me piece my thoughts together a bit.
Exactly. And you become, especially traveling through these mountains, of like, okay, this travels here, and Siege is able to help a bit with that. It's like, yep, this is the kind of tracks these things leave. I've had to hunt a few of these to sort of feed people. And just like every sort of a full montage of over 4 days, Halite, jumping stones, like eventually sort of that full anime thing of like somebody puts a rock in their pocket and you have to steal it from them or run past. And yeah, you get your level in Rogue. You have 3 classes now.
I do. Fighter, Barbarian, Rogue.
Fighter, Barbarian, Rogue.
I will never sneak attack anyone.
You hit things once and very hard.
Yes. I mean, I can never use sneak attack. I don't use a finesse weapon. But
True. Oh god.
I meant to hit them there, but if I decapitate the limb, it's kind of the same thing.
Well, how we get there is how it ends.
That's the moral of the story, right?
The moral of the story.
Yeah.
It's all about the ending or something.
Yeah. It's not about the journey, it's the friends we make at the end of it. Okay, that's how we're changing this.
But how I finally knows thieves can. It's only been like however many months.
Which I think means only Zeke is the only one who doesn't know thieves in the group. Yep.
Hey, we could teach you. We're together for 7 days now.
It will take fucking 18 episodes, Zeke. Get in there.
You could definitely pick up like some very, very basics of yes, no, danger over the course of 7 days, if you wish to.
There's literally only one that I want to know, and that's how Splitlick is insulting Halite every time with. That's
very
cool,
cool.
Bud.
Very cool.
That's not an insult.
The only one I care about is just so I can watch the sarcasm every time.
Halite takes it very personally. But yes, I
read every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks,
I will. Yeah.
Problem.
Yeah. I have a scene as well, but I want this to play out.
Said you need a distraction. I need a distraction.
Yeah. And look, I even got these little tools now. I mean, I don't have them, but I know how to use them.
Wow.
Just like thinks in his head. Like, I'm not really good at knowing things. I'm good at remembering, though. You know.
I can see that. Good.
Steel trap. Yeah, so how
Very cool, bud.
yeah.
Hey,
Ally also has Houston's. Not has them. He knows. He knows how to use them. Very cool. But...
Very
Just
Now,
massive.
forever
Like...
in my mind, the combination of barbarian, fighter, and rogue will be referred to as very cool.
Yes.
Peculiar.
Peculiar is the correct word.
The peculiar. Old peculiar.
Peculiar.
He's also like the best at giving tattoos now.
He's incredibly good at giving tattoos.
The sleight of hand being so good.
Yep.
I've been giving tattoos to like everyone on the trail. Like while they're riding.
Brick has let you use her body as a canvas.
Oh, Brick.
It's difficult because it's mostly scales, but you do find like a bit of skin here, especially on the underbelly, and just
a bit more heavy.
Mostly chest tattoos of. Just look down, look up at you, Brick. Brick along your knuckles.
Did it misspelled?
Doesn't fit.
Yeah, or just B-R-I-K. You can't fit the C in there. Yeah, B-R-I-K. Brick.
Ignoring the thumb.
You could have like started from the back. I don't know why you would do that, but you wouldn't have the.
Yeah, back.
Just have it. Rick. You're like, oh.
Just a big B on the like flat van.
I don't have any space left. Oh. Yeah.
Ally does that.
At some point, Siege is going to go out hunting and will ask you to come with them. Ally?
Sure.
It's gonna get a deer. Lead the way. Show me what you learned.
There are deers up here? Just wanders off.
Oh.
In these foothills, there's a couple.
Alright. Do I roll?
Make a survival check and do it with your new expertise if you'd be so kind.
Is he helping or is he just watching me?
He's just watching you. He wants to see you do it.
That's a natural 20 for a 25. Holy fucking shit, the story writes itself!
You guys write the story and I love you pick up on every trail and it's not long before there is a deer just upwind of you so that you are not you tracked it perfectly with the wind, knowing how to approach it without being seen or at least being smelt. They have Siege has left their armor and they are traveling in just basically travelers' clothes, which is very unusual for them, but they knew it would be stupid to try and do this in full plate armor. And they loose a short bow from around their shoulder.
Do it at the same time.
On your mark.
3, 2, 1.
Make me an attack roll. He's going to do the same thing.
Is this a surprise? Would it be advantage?
Surprise, yeah, with advantage, because you are hidden from this creature.
That is a 19 for both. My advantage and my not advantage.
Yeah, they got an 18. Between the two of you, even minimum damage, just 2 clean shots into the neck of this thing as it goes down. And Siege will get a shuffle on, approach it, take a knife and just end its life quickly at that point. You shoot well.
Yeah. To be fair, I think I'm kind of cheating. I've been into quite a lot of mountain ranges with my mum, so... Have you ever been back to the homeland? I assume not.
No. I was born in the Eastern Ridge. I thought that's where I would die. Didn't intend on getting captured. But here we are.
Yeah. Do you dream of it?
I feel the call. I feel a call to a lot of things, though. It's not my place. Not yet.
Not yet.
I
It's
climb
always our kin's place.
I'll climb that mountain one day. But for now, I've got an empire to topple.
The mountain will always be waiting for you, my brother.
You know, I've seen you, obviously, as a giant in here. There's not a lot of us around. A lot of ones around here are nomads. Even then, they're mostly in chains. I think we understand each other. I feel that rage.
Yeah. It's something primal. It's a base
I also understand wanting to go. Rushing in, destroying the place. Patience is practiced.
Yeah.
It's not innate. But I can promise you, you stick with me, we're gonna make him pay.
I hope so. And yeah, about that, my outburst. I'm sorry. Like, I know you were trying to talk me down, but I just very angry. I just couldn't think straight.
No. Don't apologize for your anger. Not just anger. You hold on to it. You get ready. Because we're gonna use that. He claps a hand on your shoulder as he's saying that.
Hallie looks down to his right hand, like lightning comes through it. Oh, don't worry. I intend to.
You see him reach underneath his shirt and grip something. He says, we're gonna make him pay. He releases it and let's get this deer back and skinned. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Just picks it up with one hand.
Yeah. And he will let you take back what you have tracked and killed. Any other scenes for people before they arrive at the mines?
Yeah, oh, go on.
No, you go on.
I was gonna approach taxes at some point, and just be like, they're gonna come back, right?
Yeah, they will. I hope they don't, but they will.
Wait, you what?
Annoyed me a little bit.
I fucking heart of wholesomeness. Do even he puts his hands on his hips and he's like, I'm a bit miffed too. That which is for Dewey, that's oh.
Oh fuck.
We made this big song and dance to make sure that we got Halite to not charge out and kill everyone in Harling's Rest. And they've gone. And that letter from Diana said she wants to stay with the people. I sent I sent Roger over there, and I'll point at the crow, which has come back but hasn't passed on the message. With a message for them. So like I think they must have got it. He's fairly spot on, is Roger, and the other crow, which is just closer than it was the last moment it was like last saw it, is still here and staring at me and hasn't tried to kill me yet. So I can only assume that that Zeke is still alive. So that's that's a good thing. But yeah. How long do we leave it before we look for them? Because I couldn't imagine not looking for them. But I also don't want to leave and then they come a different direction and we miss each other. Could get messy. What do you reckon?
So it's taken us 4 days to get to the mine. We get to the mine. I mean, they've gone back to the tunnel, or let's we use it, the crow, Roger.
Yeah.
4 days, 3 or 4 days to get up in our direction.
Okay.
I think that's plenty of time for them to make an appearance, and then we'll go and search for them.
Then we start thinking, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Good. I'm glad we've got a. What? Like, I mean, you're just annoyed that they've gone, right? Okay. All right.
Yeah. No, just a bit annoyed that they've gone, and it's like, we're meant to be a team. We're trying to be a team.
That's what we were saying. That's what they were saying before they
they've
fucked
been saying.
off.
No.
Pardon my language.
Don't apologise for swearing. It's fucked.
So wholesome.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Just.
Okay. Well.
We'll have a word with them when they come.
Yeah. Well, I've got my guys. I can send them a bit further out and a couple of times. As long as we're traveling, you don't mind me zoning out for a bit. I can spend a few hours each day keeping a lookout for them, which would be that spell that we talked about, Sam. That is like a sort of alternate version of Find Familiar, where the Swarm Keeper actually gets to use his swarm in something other than combat. So, which I would be doing to sort of send them out in sort of we're going well, basically in 3 separate compass points, basically to look around for a few hours each day, to cast that a few times each day to take a look out.
It's a good plan. I mean, we've got the cart. You can sit in the back of it.
It's nice to sit in the back of it instead of like in it.
Sorry about that.
It makes sense. It makes sense. They're looking for us. They definitely would have spotted Halite. They possibly would know to look for me, but a human and someone that they're not known, that they don't know to look for up front. That makes sense. All right, cool. All right, we give them a few days to get back to us, and then before we start worrying, which is good because I'm definitely not worrying already. He lied.
So I don't even need to do an insight check for this, do I?
Yeah, no.
2 days. Fine. They're both perfectly capable of handling themselves.
Yeah.
They've got Garrick as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They're just going to one-up him. That seems to be like a recurring thing. They just, it's because he said he'd do a thing, so they've gone to make sure he doesn't get to do the thing. Yeah.
I don't know how to react.
Cool. Anyway, that's
Mm.
sort of it from the Dewey side of things.
Dewey is so awkward.
Dewey just says for truth in the most wholesome way, and everybody's like, yeah, we didn't talk about it, but that's,
Talk about
I
it.
guess so.
Like even either like saying the obvious or just like missing a mark. And you're like, okay.
I guess that's literally what happened, but
apart from all of the training that Hallie's doing, Hallie is usually just sitting on his own quietly, just reading the letter over and over again.
Break my heart again.
He's also just thinking to himself and just like reading the letter.
Yeah. I mean, no matter how many times you read it, it reads the same way, it ends the same way, telling you that she loves you. This is something she needed to do. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell how they feel. But her explanation is there. But she's not here.
Oh God.
We all cry. Sarah, you said you were gonna do something.
Any other scenes before we cut far to the north? As you guys sort of reach the foothills, having sort of crested up and around, essentially you have to make your way briefly over the bridge that separates Fenrion from Colombia in order to cross a river into that sort of Belmare territory before you then make a bead south again towards where Garrick knows the mines are roughly. It's going to take some further exploration once you get there if you can't hear it from a distance, or if you are not found by scouts and that kind of thing. But yeah, I would say it takes you the first couple of days to sort of cross into Belmare and into Colovia, and then down south is sort of the remaining 5 days of the travel.
Cool. At some point, Ben is muted. At some point when I don't, do we stay somewhere at the top of the? Not top of the
I don't know if we
mountain, 'cause
have.
obviously we're not at the top of the mountain. But do we stay somewhere with like a view of the somewhere pretty?
Yes, I mean all of this is you sort of go from natural beauty of sort of forest and hillsides into once you get into Colovia, it's more of natural beauty of rolling high hills into mountainscape sort of thing. A sort of like alpine, beautiful, like big fir trees, gorse bushes around your legs, but old established shepherd paths working their way through.
Cool.
It's if it weren't ruled by such an evil man, it would be a beautiful empire.
Yeah, it was. It was at one point. It was very pretty.
It was.
So one of these stops, where we think that we're relatively safe. Yeah. So when we sort of like, is that the kind of vibe? Are we stopping to chill out for a little bit? Especially in the pretty places.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Definitely.
I think maybe Diana would be like, let's stop here, it's pretty.
Yeah. Certainly when it's like, oh, we're only going to travel like an extra hour or two anyway, and this place is going to give us a much nicer rest.
Keep that morale up with pretty places.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. So one of
the. Go ahead, after you.
Yeah. What?
I was just going to say on the second or third night of us doing that, Zeke's just going to like park right next to you and just be like, 1 week sober.
Nice. Proud of you. No sarcasm.
Please stop.
Okay,
Ugh.
I know.
That's it. That's the
Yeah.
entirety extent of the conversation. Just because I am tracking it as I go along.
Nice. Yeah. So one of these like serene moments, I'm gonna, you know how monks, sort of they go and they sort of do a kata or they train, and in like a beautiful place. Okay, so that's that's what I want to do. So I haven't used any of my stuff yet, so I don't know how it works. So I'm going to go into like a pretty place, and I'm gonna get the longsword out and see how it works. I'm gonna try and like, because I'm not playing my guitar, so I'm gonna try and weave some kind of like song into the stuff that I'm doing while using the longsword, casting spells and that kind of thing. And I'm gonna stay enough away from the rest so that I can do that. I'm kind of like, blade singing, dancing, and like, doing the sword and like, yeah, that kind of stuff. That's what
I would like you to make me. This is your choice. This is either a performance check with advantage, or this is a spell casting ability check, which for your blade singing would be intelligence plus proficiency at advantage. Depending on how much you're leaning into the bardic inspiration of the movements or the purely arcane form.
I think this training would be to merge the two in a way, to see how, if anything. Look at that cat. Will you stop?
In that case, I would ask you to make it the intelligence plus proficiency, because you have good experience in performance. This is you merging the new art form into this.
So the spell save is 13.
The spell casting ability check. So your intelligence plus proficiency.
Yeah, that's a +5, I think. It says.
Cool. 13.
Yeah. Oh,
cool.
Do I roll? Do you want me to roll? No.
Yeah. You roll.
Okay. With
you
advantage.
Roll. Yeah, same as you would for
cool.
a spell attack roll, basically.
Yeah, that's a 20.
20.
I
Also
got an 8.
You find like a dead sapling, but you dance around as though it were an enemy. You start the blade song, and you're sort of lending your own voice and your own song to it, your own musical talents. Before long, you realize the swoosh of a blade through the air. As you tilt it at different angles, you can get different pitches, different sounds. And you're able to use it as an instrument and an extension of yourself. The cut and the swoosh of the blade forming its own part of almost the backing of the song, and you are able to lean deep into this blade song. It's very similar to how Hallite enters a rage, where they are just lost in the song itself. But they're lost in the rage, and you are lost in the song in this moment, just maintaining it and continuing it. You swing and you empower the blade as you're going. Can you roll me sort of over the course of this? Can you roll me 8 d20s and let me know if any of them is a 20?
You know this is not going to be the case.
I am presenting this as a potential thing.
Sure.
It's not necessarily going to happen.
Sure.
But it might be quite cool if it does.
It might be hilarious. How many did you say?
You're still going to roll 8 of them as though you're making 8 attacks.
Oh god. I'll tell you how much ones I have instead. There we go, right, okay.
Is that plus attack efficiency then, if they have those attacks?
Essentially, I want to know if you crit. You roll a 20 on your attack roll.
Okay.
But if you roll a 20 on your attack roll, yeah. Or if not, you let me know how close you got on one of them.
Oh, hey, oh, I got a 20. Yay!
Hey!
Got a 20. And an 18. Hey, guess what? I got an 8.
That's
nice.
Cool. You make various like swirling motions as you like slice through this dead sapling as though it were an enemy. Like dragging the blade up and around, like following the sort of the patterns of this dance and song. As you spin around for a particular like deft strike towards it, you feel the blade begin to roil with golden flame, and there is just a burst of golden flames around you, in a 5-foot radius, as you become intimately familiar for the first time of what this weapon can do in your hands, with the slumbering dragon's wrath weapon. As just the sapling is just on fire at this point around you. It's enough to shock you out of a blade song right at the end as you realize, not only can I do this, but...
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Just as I realize I can do this, I want to, like, sword burst. As well. Ah!
Yeah, fire and just an explosion of splinters as the sapling is taken apart by your blade song with the... Yeah. It's very specifically a golden flame, matching the sort of golden scale that is along the hilt of this
almost the same golden hue that is in some of the kinds of elves that he belongs to.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. I'm like, whoa! I broke the flower.
Yeah, with that, like, every so often, just kind of walk in the background, being like, and then every time, like, something splinters off and just goes, like, on fire, just going to stamp it out, just... Good job, keep going!
Yeah, you realize up to this moment, in this moment, it's up to you to prevent forest fires.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Only you can prevent forest fires. A bear appears, points at you, and runs back into the woods, returning. No.
He comes out chain smoking.
Chain smoking. Brick. And it just dissipates.
Oh. How the tides have turned. Oh, says Tatuna. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do. If Zeke's like stood there watching, I guess.
I'm studying your technique. So like any time like you may stumble with your foot in, you'll just kind of mimic it to try and show you how to plant your foot a little easier.
Nice. Do you wanna?
Not.
Do you wanna join in? Do you wanna help?
Sure. Yeah. Sure. And like looks down at himself and realizes that he's been in the most amount of clothing that he's been in for like 3 months at this point. Just...
Yeah, and Diana is in the least amount of clothing.
It's cold.
Except for the bath. I was naked then.
That's true. You have all canonically seen each other naked.
Nice. Yeah.
Did Taxes get in? I think Taxes go in eventually. No, never mind. You've not all
did
canonically
Taxes
seen
get
each
in
other.
the bath?
Not when you were there.
You
What?
were in the bath at the same time?
I invited
Anyway.
you.
I paid for them.
Did you come in the bath though? I would have invited you in.
As you train
Yes, you did.
with...
Okay, I'm so
Taxes does not have any
move on
confidence
from
for
us
that.
discussing, if it's okay with the party, I'm going to move on from us discussing about whether or not you've seen each other naked.
You know what, Sam? No, I want to discuss this further. No. Yes.
As Zeke and Diana train in martial poses, whilst practicing this blade singing technique, Zeke, you see two familiar figures by your side. You see Anif, I believe the name has been said to you already, this Goliath warrior of a non-binary, sort of androgynous appearance, that is following the sort of martial poses as you make them, adjusting their stance. You also see that elderly elf figure who is watching Diana with interest and following the sort of the more flowing poses of the blade dance. No words are being said, but they are both matching this martial and arcane technique. They are both trying to not so much help or contribute so much as just live in this moment.
Yeah, I'm going to go pretty much as long as Diana can as well, and build up that for the first time, in the days that he's been sober, a good hearty sweat to the point that it actually feels okay. Doesn't feel like he's gonna vomit at any given moment because of withdrawal.
Mm-hmm.
If it looks like he's doing that, if he will vomit, and I can do healing word on you.
Oh.
Just every so often when you're like, keep with it, keep with it. Yeah.
With that assistance, you sort of make it through, and by the end you're in a sweat, and it's not like your mind isn't on alcohol, because it is, and you can't escape that. But in this moment, it's not like, I need a drink. It's more just like, I am aware that I have not drunk, but I don't need to go running for a bottle right now because I'm exhausted. My body has been worked in a way that the exercise has almost sort of given me that rush in my mind. It has given me something else to do. Please do.
Sorry. So as I'm watching Diana, in some of the breaths as well, I'm just gonna look around and try and find some kind of stick that is of relative size to the short sword that I would have once carried. And I'm just gonna begin to try and practice some of those old formations that I haven't done in nearly 30 years.
Yeah. I'm going to say part of that sapling that she cut to pieces is sort of hardened by the fire that has been stamped out by you. Roughly the right weight and length.
It's sloppy and it's very rough looking, but it's properly going through the motion of swinging that something heavy in hand. And trying to incorporate it into more flowing movements of monk stance.
Okay. I will say, in this moment, as you sort of opened yourself up to these old memories, the Goliath the Giantkin, I should say, and the elf don't go. They are still around. The elf definitely seems to be paying more attention to Diana, but Anif is staying with you. As you are making these movements, you see two more spectral figures begin to pay attention to you, and it's getting colder now. You're used to this chill. You see a figure in front of you of a dragonborn man who is watching you move, and you see a older gnomish woman who is beginning to sort of scratch at her arm a little bit in a pattern that is very familiar to you because you have been doing it for the last few days. The Dragonborn approaches, kneels down a little bit and says, "Can this be enough?"
The fight isn't over yet.
will never end. Is that okay?
I'm content with that.
He nods. Good. I have hope in you. I have not had hope.
I'm just going to stop and just do the same thing that he's been doing to Diana every time he says that she's proud. Just go, really?
Really? I have not held hope in a while. I thank you for it. And he sighs with his relaxation before you see the figure slowly dissipate, and you feel another ring on your chain go from the sonorous, harmonious hum to the instead sound of a hopeful sigh of relief. You see the older gnomish woman goes, okay, but you gotta find something else fun to do. If we're not drinking, we gotta find something else fun to do because I'm fucking bored.
And with that, you're just going to turn around and just go, look, I have been trying to fuck everything that I can get my hands on, and nobody wants to screw me.
Just
nobody wants to fight at the moment. Just leave me be.
Two legs, and it's willing. 2 legs and consent, okay? 2 legs and consent.
I'm just gonna throw the stick at her.
And she just dissipates as you throw it towards.
And Diana is like,
yeah, you are watching this emotional moment of him throwing a stick.
I promise you, I'm not losing my mind.
I don't know if you are. No, I don't know. Yeah, I think you are.
This thing is possessed.
I think you're possessed.
Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
This elderly elf is dancing still and says, aren't we all possessed of a great movement?
I totally agree. If I could hear whatever you're saying.
If you can hear it.
I'm imagining it as like the partner in the dance and like doing the whatever the comparable movements are. It's just like, see, I can't explain to you what is going on in front of me, but it's very cool looking. Please just take my word for it that I am not losing my mind.
Have you told us that it's like actual ghosts?
You guys have seen the ghosts
okay.
standing around the edge of a wyvern's nest as they launched a chain towards the eggs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're just the people. You just see people, right?
I see the people that these links belong to.
Oh, that's.
And then just gonna push my indent ring. Like, these are their rings. They are all in here. Their wants, their needs, their likes, their dislikes, their very weird personalities. I'm just gonna look again at the old gnome woman who's who really wants me to get into hijinks.
Just get laid or get fucked up. Something.
I'm trying.
What are you trying to do?
She wants me to get laid or to or fuck something up or set something on fire. She's very old and seems very keen on chaos.
Wow.
Oh, you think I'm chaos? Have you spoken to Veriotus lately? I mean, that guy's fucking insane. I just want you to...
I don't know who that is. None of you have told me your names.
Fire guy. Burn everything down.
Yes, fair. Okay, yes, I remember.
That one?
Him.
Yeah, you remember him?
He's fun.
I like him.
Oh, he's crazy.
He's fun.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you come back to me when he stops talking about the Nova Menta and how he's going to rule the world, okay?
Look, so long as he keeps telling me how to make Molotovs, I don't care.
Thought you knew how to do that anyway.
Him. I know, but he's got some real interesting ideas.
Oh, okay.
Like, I love a Noakul, okay? Dragonborn, I love him. But Owen he's just so tame. I need something.
Wow.
Can I ask something?
Mm-hmm.
I mean this really sincerely, Elder. Are you here to just vicariously live through me, or do you have like a skill you can teach me at the moment? Because if not, would you mind bringing back the Dragonborn? I really like you, but we're training, and we're arguing about whether I'm going to get laid or not on the top of a mountain while I'm with 2 women and a bloke who is very clearly not interested in me.
I have lived more life than you, and I'm a ghost. So maybe we're not talking about how useful one is to the other, okay? Because right now you have satisfied Anif, who just wants to hit things hard. You have satisfied Landreth, who is just wants people to be clever. Zeri, who also wants fun, but basically wanted to go play hide and seek. You've barely spoken to Beneath, who just wants you to be a wholesome, lovey-wovey. And a little bit to Handorel, just so that you could learn a little bit of Feast Can't here or there. You know what I know? I know how to live life, okay? And right now, you might be fighting whatever the fuck, okay? But at some point, you're going to want to know how to live a life, okay? And that's when you
On a
come
mountain.
to Gina, okay? That's when you come to Gina. She clicks her fingers and she's gone.
She's going to be a lot of hard work.
So, yeah. Is the
You
dancing
really
wall
want me
still
just
dancing?
to screw everything.
Wow. Cool.
I mean, like, you're pretty and everything, but you're not my type.
No, I know. You're not mine.
Yeah, it's fair.
Is the dancing one? Is this one dancing? Is the dancing one still there?
Yes, he's very into it at the moment.
Wow. I don't know that this is what it looks like. So I'm gonna take my sword and do the whole like I'm gonna just dance and then maybe he could join in. I don't know.
Yeah. They
Just dance.
match your Zeke would say they sort of match your motions as you're doing them, joining in the blade song and the blade dance.
If it was as awkward as that, I was hoping that
It's not.
the 2 orc craftsmen were going to come out and just be like, no sense of decorum.
The orc craftsmen are not here. They have. I will say Anif at some point goes.
Just went.
Anif goes over and just sort of grabs Landreth by the shoulders at some point and just says, "Okay, old man."
Does he stop?
Yeah,
Can I stop? Shall I stop? Is he stopped?
He's gone.
Oh, okay.
I think you entertained him. He's. You guys live a long time, right?
Yeah. Depends.
Okay. How old would one of you need to be to look like one of the humans that are on death's door, but they've been there for like 40 years?
About between 800 and 900?
Yeah, he looks probably like 950, 960.
Wow. He's old.
He's getting there.
Nice.
But that man can move.
Cool.
I don't think I'm ever going to get over the sound of hearing his back click, though, as he moves every time.
I hope I am like that when I'm that old.
Let's get there.
Yeah.
So, not to ruin the moment, but when we do get to the mines, you're the talky one.
No, don't want to do any talking.
I mean, if you don't do any talking, that means we gotta do a lot of listening, and that doesn't sound fun.
I can listen. I can do all the listen. I don't. I said everything in my letter. I don't know what to say. They've probably stewed about it for a while, though.
We've been gone for like best part of a week, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. As much as I would like to stay in this place and freeze to death because I'm not wearing anything, then, yes,
Yeah, you're cutting as much glass as I am, and then just go over and grab her clothes.
I was gonna say, what? Yeah, I know. Yeah, but we'll get there when we get there, I suppose. So we'll just have to explain ourselves, and I hope it's not too because I just wanna. If you understand any of that, I don't know.
I don't have a goddamn clue, but
okay, cool.
Our interpretive dance.
No, yeah. Did you not get it from my movement?
It's the blade singer coming out.
Did you not get it from my movement? Oh, okay.
Not a wisdom monk.
Fair. I am cold. I'm gonna go sit by the fire.
And that's where I'm gonna leave it. I will be back in just a second. I'm just gonna go let the dog out because she is complaining to me.
I think we're gonna probably wrap up fairly soon and come back to this party as they are traveling. Yeah. We'll probably come back to you guys traveling towards it and getting close to the mines, then come back to the first party arriving in the mines and how they interact with finding it first, whether they stay there long term, who's there when you arrive, that kind of thing. Okay, 5-way party split. Let's go for it. I'm ready. Let's do it.
What have Garrick and Vex been doing? What have they?
First couple of
They
days.
unwind.
Vexation has been just recovering.
Yeah. That's fair.
Then you watch their dynamic over the first couple of days. This is the first time you've seen them really be in this enclosed environment together. The first and most obvious thing that you get from even passive insight is the relationship between them is familial. It's almost like sibling. They look after each other. And it's strange because obviously one's a halfling, one is a centuries-old elf. But there's clearly this, you can see why he went off and made sure that he was going towards Vexation in this moment, because they are looking after each other and they're going to keep doing that. You see Garrick pull out a small lute and sort of join in song with her most nights. He's not a bard, but his background gives him proficiency in lute use.
I taught him something.
You taught each other a few things. He is playing just a sort of steady melody as she is playing the flute. Occasionally she will stop and go into an old song, like an old Fenrian song, and he will sort of adjust the chord progression to match the song that she wants to sing. Those first few days are all about him helping her recover from the fact that she has been awake for pretty much 2-3 days straight, not letting her guard down, and helping her find a bit more solace in the fact that you guys are here now. There is a plan, there is motion, there is movement towards a new site of refuge.
I would also like to join in with the songs.
Yeah.
When I can.
You're absolutely invited to.
Nice.
There's a few going into these old folk songs. There's a lot of just riffing and learning, not learning so much as coming up with new new riffs and new patterns of songs. Occasionally somebody throws a lyric out there that nobody's heard before. At some point you hear, actually I think Bree might be the only one who knows this. I'm not sure if I put it on the chat at one point. Garrick starts singing and riffing to a song that they made up, and you begin to learn that you realise that the lyrics are a little bit about you and leaving you behind for that first time. This is clearly a song that they know quite well. But it's not sung with like a I'm on one knee singing towards you, serenading you kind of thing.
Yeah, no.
It's just like a thrown in there, like this is a song I sing to myself sometimes. But yeah, you guys are 3 days north of the mines as you are singing around this campfire. As the southern party begin their slow ascent up a more steep path to the sounds of clanging metal on metal, as metal on stone as pigs break stone, and stone on stone as heavy slabbed bricks are placed to build fortifications around an ever-growing fortress of a mine that we will visit next time, because it is 11:30 and we will pick it up next time. Thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everybody for watching.
Brick on. Yeah, I'm noticing you also said brick on brick and did mention brick.
On brick. Yes.
Who doesn't love a bit of brick on brick action?
Brick.
I think it's a stone on stone, but I mentioned bricks, so brick.
Do you reckon he can split his abs and bring two of him?
You're going to learn a bit more about what brick actually does. I've decided I am going to have the reference mean something in this world. I'm hoping some people I'm going to put it in the Kurt's chat a bit more to see what they say. But yeah, we're going to probably see more of brick. Brick is not gone. Yeah, and if anything happens, obviously there are NPCs here, and brick is one of them.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Sam, for herding cats today. As we disobeyed the never split the party option.
Yep.
Not even like a little bit, like across half of the country.
Yeah. Between countries, technically, or between provinces of the empire.
Looking at the map, where are we right now?
If you have your current version of the map, everybody in chat, I don't know how public that is yet.
You able to get that up on stream for us?
No.
No, that's fine. You guys, the South Party, are probably just to the northeast of Burithurf, and the Northern Party are just entering the mines, where sort of hill meets mine, on top of near the mouth of that river. If that makes sense. Again, we're going to release a book. Buy it and find out what we mean by all this. Unfortunately, I have work in the morning, and I cannot go any later. But you guys are obviously all welcome to chill out on here, chat, and stuff with Twitch chat, but I cannot go much later. I think it's important to say as well, the things we were discussing, can we confirm that next week we are going to be taking a break, if that is okay with everyone, just so people can recuperate. We've been going pretty hard, pretty fast, and we're going into the mines in the mountain, and I wanted to have a bit more prep time for that as well. I think it will definitely help me. I know it will help members of our party, so I think it's important we do that. Cool. That was something we discussed before on the stream quite a bit. So as long as people are okay with it, that is our default position now. Obviously, if you want to catch up just in case things change, please follow us on Twitter. Please join us in the Discord. It's a great way to keep track of not just the Rapid Riders, but what all the Fumble folks are doing. We get a schedule every week with what's going to come up on the stream. Thanks to Doran there. We seeing. I haven't checked the. I have to remind myself what's coming. Have we got tomorrow? We got more Nuzlocke?
Friday is our
Oh, it's
next stream, I
Friday.
believe.
Oh, Nuzlocke is finished, and then but we've got to return to Wasteland. Yeah, the Wasteland Survivors on Sunday with session 2 of our Fallout. I'd let Ben talk a lot more about that. He obviously is running the thing.
Yes. We are continuing with session 2 of the Fallout TT RPG. With the Misfit, the PTSD soldier, the schizophrenic robot, and the literal embodiment of I don't know why I'm out here. This week is going to get a little bit more interesting because they are about to have to go and do things, real things.
Uh-oh.
They have to actually, begin to galvanize and start liking each other.
Oh no.
Oh no, or they might die.
I like the robot that speaks French. That's what I like.
Oui, oui.
Oui.
Baguette.
Although I don't
I've
understand
been-
everything you say.
It's fine.
Yes.
Hon la baguette. That's all you need. Hon la baguette.
Le baguette. Okay.
Le baguette.
Okay.
Croissant.
Croissant.
Yes, we've got a stream on Friday, I believe.
We do have a stream on Friday. It is not D&D. It is I think it's its own system, but it's roughly based on Power by the Apocalypse. We get 3d6s rather than 2. And we are playing mice. We're little mice. And it's kind of like was it the I've forgotten the name. Little mice adventures.
Redwall?
Huh?
Redwall? The mice of Redwall? I can't.
The Rescuers.
Was it? Yeah, that was that
Yes,
something
that's
in the
much
50s
better, yeah.
spell? What was that?
I don't know. I was middle-aged at that point.
Wow. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, we got that on Friday. We've got a new GM jamming for us.
Yeah, baby GMs and going straight into the deep end and streaming
a non-D&D game. So yay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then we will be back somewhat to our regularly scheduled programming next week. At least somewhat. Monday we'll return with actually doing some homebrew. I've got ideas. Some ideas.
Oh no.
Yes, we'll figure out what we're doing for next Wednesday. Well, who knows? Maybe Sam will even get a chance to play for a change. You are muted, buddy.
I can't remember the line now, but it was. I remember the line I said, but it's a reference to something I can't remember. Just like, don't tempt me.
All you need to say is brick.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Just like, don't tell me something that's. Don't lie to me. Yeah. Eventually, I will play a character again.
Don't give me hope.
It'll be fine.
I'm not entirely sure whether it's confirmed just yet, but I believe not Saturday, but a week Saturday, we do have a potential stream coming up as part of a collaboration, but we will confirm that over the course of the next week.
Oh.
Yes. It is. I don't know what it is. It is a. I've been told like this much. It is a charity. It is a charity stream on the 12th. I believe for a refugee charity. I don't know what. So yes. We will post some more information. Yes.
And I will potentially be doing something as well, but we'll figure that out as we go, because I will need a full day to recover the day after.
no.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
It's all that exercise, isn't it?
Yes. all the jumping jacks.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
But yes, as one final shout out, we are doing everything that we've done this evening, color coordinated in our efforts to be supportive and show that we stand with Ukraine. As both this channel and as a business, we are 100% behind their movement. So if any of you feel like you can donate to the British Red Cross, which will then go to the Ukrainian Red Cross to help the thousands upon thousands of civilians that have been displaced and are going under some horrendous situations, which I won't elaborate on. Yeah. Anything that can go towards them is massively helpful. So we're privileged over here.
Yeah.
to be in a position that we can do it. So anything you guys can do is greatly appreciated.
If you can't donate, I have put in a little bit in the chat. So currently the UK government is not allowing refugees in unless they apply and are accepted for a visa.
You have time for that. You
have time for that.
Like
you have to find a city, and then okay. So also if you can't donate, then you can email your local MP and get them to talk about it in Parliament and hopefully push it through. So yes, that's
the conversation that goes. The more that we force our MPs to actually talk about it, the more that it actually has to be brought up in Parliament.
Yeah.
And then the more eyes is in front of, the more likely that the bigwigs up there are actually going to be humans for a change.
Yes.
But yes, otherwise we'll keep on talking for the rest of the evening.
Yeah. Cool.
Who are we going to raid this evening?
Yes, I haven't looked. I think we're gonna raid Vancouver by night.
Nice.
Yeah, they have the same vibe. I feel that we do. Let me double check. Yeah, they are. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
But yeah, all hopes and prayers go to Ukraine.
Yeah. And I know it's probably small comfort, but if any of you who are actually watching this need people to speak to, I can pretty much guarantee that everyone that's on this stream at the moment, if you message us through the Discord directly, we're all happy to sit and listen and help as in any way that we can.
Yes. We're awake most of the night.
This is
at least one of us is awake.
One of us will be awake.
Yeah.
That's my Discord and my friend code. So if you do want someone to talk to, I'm all ears.
Yes.
Nice.
But yes, for any reason, any issue, for anything, we're all happy to be a year, even if we don't know you.
Cool. Yes.
Love you all.
And on that note, we are going to go and raid, and I hope you've had a good night.
Thank you all so much for joining us.
Bye-bye.